I've seen people drink the hand sanitizer stuff.
Like Lysol?
No, hand sanitizer.
How old were you the first time that you saw somebody get killed?
About 12.
12 years old? When's the last time you went to the doctors for a normal visit? You drunk yet today?
No.
No?
Not today. I'm tired. I've been up all night reading.
You stayed up all night reading? Is there anything that you miss particularly from life prior to homelessness?
Laughing.
You don't laugh anymore?
Nah.
So, Angel.
Yes.
How old are you?
62.
And we found you here on, what is this, like the North
Shore
of Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Okay, and right behind you, is this where you're staying right now?
Yes, that's my tent with the pink on it, with the red on it.
And how long have you been out here?
About a month.
What would you say is the reasoning that you're out here?
If you want the fact, is because I chose to. Mm-hmm. I never lived in a tent, so sort of adventurous. I want to know what it's like, you know what I mean? So I just jumped in. I'm the only tent with a full mattress in it, you know what I mean?
You got a full mattress in there?
Yeah, I didn't know you didn't put mattress on, I didn't know. So yeah.
Have you done this before? And I know that you had mentioned that you had lived in different areas.
I lived a lot of places, but I've never lived out here, raw dog.
So this in Pittsburgh is the first time you've ever been homeless? You said
Not first time homeless, first time in a tent.
Understood. What?
Usually when you're homeless, you always find a shelter, like the light of life, you know. So it's not really a homeless thing, but right now it's by choice. Because I could go home to Washington or whatever, you know.
You single, in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
I'd hear it if I wasn't. If I say no, she'll be like, oh, get away from me.
What's that like out here?
It's hard.
How so?
First, you got to keep her protected. You know what I'm saying?
Protected from what?
People, raw dog people. You know, these people are on a gutter. They don't care about shit. There's no law out here, you know, except to survive. You know what I mean? If they disrespect you or your woman, you know, then it's a war zone, you know. But
has that happened out here? Have you seen that happen in other places? No? Never seen anything?
No, I heard about it, but I've never seen it. I never experienced it, you know what I mean? I try to stay to myself, you know. I don't socialize too much, you know.
You use drugs or alcohol?
I drink alcohol.
You drink every day?
If I can.
If you can? What happens if you don't?
I'm cool.
You don't
no DTs or nothing.
You don't go through withdrawals or anything?
I read books. I read a lot of books. As you can see, I sit in there and read.
How do you come up with money for alcohol?
Usually, let me see, how do I come up with it? My boy, I got a friend, you know, he'll lend me money, you know what I mean? And when I don't have money, I just don't drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll go do a job somewhere, you know what I mean? Like the $20 you're gonna give me, I'm gonna go buy me some beer with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Other than that, it's not no desperate thing. I've seen people drink Listerine. I've seen them drink, I've heard of them. Boy, this girl I know, when I was in the rooms, she drank the hand sanitizer stuff.
Like Lysol or
no, hand sanitizer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was Chrissy was a nice girl, you know, but you only hear the stories in the rooms, you know.
Yeah.
You don't even know what caused it,
yeah.
You know, what pushed her to do that.
Has it been alcohol with you your whole life, or any other substances you struggle with?
That's but you know, it's not nothing, you know. So even beer is it's something that's it's not a necessity. You know, you see a red gut, really alcoholic, you know, can't live without it. I just drink it because it's social. I'll have a couple of beers, read a book, you know what I mean?
Have you drunk yet today?
No.
No?
Not today. I'm tired. I've been up all night reading.
You stayed up all night reading?
Yeah. I read all night. I go to the library every day. Because I done read 2 books already.
Wow. So what's the worst thing you've seen out here on the streets?
The worst on the streets? Mm-hmm. Just mass killings, shootings. But that's not here. You want to know what it's all here?
Anywhere.
Yeah, shootings. When I lived in New York, just shootings. That's necessary. I mean, it's common.
You say that like it's just very...
It's common.
I'm sorry?
Common.
And you just got used to it?
You have to.
People killing each other.
Yeah.
How many people have you seen die?
I can't count, but I know it's over 12.
Over 12 people?
We were at a war when I lived in New Kensington with Cleveland and Detroit. It was just a mass game, you know, for they wanted territorial because it was like a hub for drugs, you know what I mean? Prostitution and drugs, so they wanted to take over. The mob used to have it. When they bailed out, then here come this, you know, the boys, they wanted to like take over. Just see them shooting, man. People just getting shot.
And you've seen that with your own eyes. What's that like? What was the first time you ever, can you describe the circumstances where you were at and what happened the first time you watched somebody get shot?
For me, I don't know how other people take shit. I just take it on, you know, on the grain. I just, you know, oh well, you know, it's like, it's your turn, you know. I don't like to see people like hurt children or grow old folks, you know what I mean? But if a person like causes the issue, then he has to deal with the issue, you know what I mean? That's like I tell my girl, shut up, you don't know nothing. You know what I mean? Because another fucker gonna come back and see you. Hey, you saw that, didn't you? No, I ain't seen nothing. Or they might think you saw something, and you might tell on them, so now you become a victim. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck, sorry about my language.
It's okay.
Shut the fuck up, you don't know nothing, you know? That's why I don't go places, you know what I mean?
How old were you the first time that you saw somebody get killed?
About 12.
12 years old? Where were you?
New Kensington.
And what happened? Explain that to us.
I was in my house looking out, and I seen Cecil come up the street. He's the pimp. And so he's yelling, he's in the middle of the street yelling, you know. I don't know what he's yelling at, because I was in the house. I come outside, next thing I know, here comes this yellow ass, I don't know if it's a Riviera or whatever, and they just capped him right there, boom, boom, boom. Took off. Took the bridge. I guess, you know, they got ghosts. For some odd ass reason, you know, Cecil, because he was a nice guy. You know, he was a pimp, but, you know, it is what it is. Maybe he didn't pay somebody.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Did you get scared out here?
Yeah. Rats. That's one fucking thing
You almost shook your head no, as if nothing scares you, but the rats.
Yeah, but you know, I might as well, yeah, the rats the only thing, you know, because I've read books about rats. I just don't like rats. You know what I mean? I was sitting there reading one day, look, this motherfucker walked up on me like, hey, what are you doing here? You know? That's how, you know, yeah, big ass rat. Walked right down there and went down there. We used to have a garbage can there, but damn, I seen a rat climb a tree the other day. Up a tree. So we try to tie our food, you know, in a line, because they'll come, we got holes in our tents, they eat through them. Fuck yeah. I don't know.
That's what you're scared of, huh?
Fuck.
Not people, not killings, none of that, just rats.
Yeah, for real, that is true.
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions and just give me a timeline of how long it's been since you've done these things, okay? Mm-hmm. How long has it been since you had a warm meal at a dinner table?
You mean like at a dinner table, or at a cafeteria or whatever?
At a dinner table, inside of a home.
Inside of a home. About 6 months.
When's the last time you took a hot shower?
About 1 week ago.
When's the last time you went to the doctor's for a normal visit?
Yeah, I could say that about 7 months, 8 months. Yeah.
When's the last time you went to a dentist for a normal visit?
About 7 months, 8 months. I even got my teeth in there. I just don't put them in. They hurt.
When's the last time you saw your family?
That's like particular because I'm the oldest male in the family now. I have no uncles, grandfathers, nothing. I am the oldest. I am the last, you know, and the last time we seen them was at my sister's funeral, you know. And it's a sad day because we all say, oh man, it's a bad day because why we always got to come together when someone dies? Because we used to have family reunions when Aunt Gay and them was alive. But when the old patriarchs die, you know,
Everybody goes their separate ways.
Shit dies, yeah. Like my brothers and them, I call them on the phone every now and then, but I ain't seen nobody in a long time.
Is there anything that you miss particularly from life prior to homelessness?
Laughing.
You don't laugh anymore?
Nah.
You ever get happy out here?
You have joy, but I don't know if it's true happiness, you know what I mean? You have that moment like where you say, you know, that's it. But when you like laugh, you know, when you get tears and shit like that, or, you know, it's too much drama out here. Everybody's in everybody's business, you know. Everyone's telling on this motherfucker or telling on that motherfucker or saying some shit that they don't even fucking know about. They just heard about it. And then the ball starts rolling. Then shit happens. And then by the time it gets to the motherfucker who started it, it's a whole different story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's unnecessary. If you shut the fuck up and stay out of people's business, you ain't in that group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to know my name. I don't like going uptown. You know, I don't want to know you. Straight lace. I don't. You ain't gonna do shit for me. You know what I mean?
So we end with 2 questions normally. If you had a piece of advice for anybody watching this, any piece of advice at all, what would it be?
I say be true to yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Don't take the fake. Don't fake the fake. Don't accept the fake. Be true. If you don't like it, tell them if you don't like it. You know what I mean? If you ain't got to be there, don't fucking go there. If you don't know nothing, don't say shit. You know what I mean? Things like that. Be true.
I like it. And then the last question that we always ask, if you could wave a magic wand and project yourself into an ideal life, what would you be doing? Who would you be with? And where would you be?
I'd be with Brenda. I'd be working, you know. I used to work, you know, drive forklift for Harley Davidson and all that good shit. I'd go to work every day, you know, come home. And you know, when you come home, you sit down in your chair and you're like, you know, and it's good. Dinner's on the stove, you know. She's telling you about her day. You're turning around left and listen, but you know, she's gonna make sure you hear it. And that's it. You know, just being at peace.
You think people take that for granted?
What? Having a job and all that? I think they don't even understand what they have until they lose it. You know what I mean? When you lose it, and then you gotta get down in the grind, you'll know the struggle. You know what I mean? Until you taste the struggle, you will always like not pay attention to it.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.